Hey guys, Jamie here. Welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. Last year at Mobile World Congress, the folks over at Huawei gave us a sneak peek at their first folding phone, the Huawei Mate X. Fast forward to 2020, we get the next version that they're calling the Huawei Mate XS. We got to spend some time with it today, and we're ready to share our initial thoughts at their second go at the folding phone. By the way guys, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that sub button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content. So back to the Mate X, and just to jump the gun a little bit here guys, I don't have the official price tag just yet as of making this video, but given the price of the previous version of this phone, which is around 136,000 pesos, I wouldn't be surprised if it's around that same price point as well. We'll update you guys as soon as we know more, but let's get some specs out of the way because believe it or not, it's not what makes this phone special. So the Huawei Mate XS runs on their latest flagship processor, the Kirin 990 5G with a Mali G76 GPU. This is paired with 8GB of RAM and 512GB of internal storage. Now we haven't had the chance to really test it out or stretch its legs, but it should be more than enough to handle anything you throw at it. Huawei also says that it has a flying fish fin cooling system to keep temps down for whatever tasks you need this phone to do. For the battery, it has a capacity of 4,500 mAh and supports 55-watt supercharge. This is fast enough to give you 85% in just 30 minutes. Huawei's devices have always gotten the thumbs up for battery performance, so I think it's safe to assume that the Mate X has a lot of lasting power. The phone runs on EMUI 10.1 based on an Android open source OS. Now you will have to rely on Huawei's app gallery, but to be fair guys, they are adding more and more top apps on a daily basis. So that's all pretty much standard for a flagship phone from Huawei to make it stand up against the competition. Now let's get to the phone's main features. Of course guys, it's a folding phone, and just like its previous version, it has an outwards folding display. In this orientation that you see on screen, you have a main display at 6.6 inches and a secondary display at 6.38 inches. Unfolded, the screen size is at 8 inches with a resolution of 2480 by 2200. The UI does automatically scale depending on the screen you're using, so you can switch without much of an issue. You can also multitask easily with the multi-window feature, so if you're writing an email and need to reference some numbers from a document, that will be a big help, and I think it's better than using split screens because it is rather limiting. Now the screen itself is made out of 2 layers of polymer, so for the love of God guys, please do not peel off the first layer, and you will notice a bit of a crease, but it isn't as pronounced as its competition. Overall, the picture quality is pretty great. I would watch videos with the screen folded up because of the black bars when using the full 8 inches, but that orientation is a little more conducive to reading. Now honestly guys, I am a little concerned for this phone since the display is on the outside and I wouldn't recommend pocketing it, and there's no word on whether or not it will come with a case, and I really can't imagine how it would work with one anyway. The phone feels quite hefty compared to its previous version and is rather thick, but the thinnest point when using the full screen is at 5.4mm. It's definitely a two-hander regardless of the orientation you're using it in, unless, well, you have gigantic hands. Now, let's talk about that hinge system because they say it's been greatly improved from the Huawei Mate X. It's made out of zirconium-based liquid metal that folds 180 degrees. They call this the Falcon Wing design, which sounds like it's straight out of an anime, and they say it has 100 components, which makes it more durable. The unit we got to try out is just a prototype, so we can't speak of its long-term durability. We'll have to wait for jerry-rig everything to get his hands on it, so we can cringe as he picks it apart. It does feel a lot sturdier though, and well, if this is just a prototype, then the final product should be a lot better. Only time will tell if the Mate XS will actually get the pass on durability. Now of course, a Huawei flagship wouldn't be a Huawei flagship if it didn't have a kick-ass camera system that's co-engineered by Leica. You have a total of 4 cameras on the Huawei Mate XS. You have a 40 megapixel main camera at f1.8, a 16 megapixel ultra-wide camera at f2.2, an 8 megapixel telephoto camera at f2.4, and a 3D depth sensor. You're getting 3 times optical zoom and 30 times hybrid zoom for those in-your-face close-up shots as well. So far, we love the photos that we took with this phone and the fact that you can even use all the camera features for taking selfies. Now, we didn't have time to shoot nighttime photos, though given how Huawei pioneered the night mode, there's no doubt that the low light photos will look brilliant too. overall, guys, for my first impressions, I think that the Huawei Mate XS is a good folding phone. Of course, there are some concerns, but there are things to balance them out as well. For one, I think it has some of the best cameras on a folding device, which shouldn't come as a surprise since that's pretty much Huawei's bread and butter. It's definitely not going to be for everybody, and I just want to remind you guys that as of making this video, I don't even have the SRP just yet, or I'm not even sure if Huawei is bringing it to the Philippines. And that's pretty much it for your quick look at the Huawei Mate XS. Guys, I'm really curious about what you think about this folding phone. Let me know in the comment section down below. And that pretty much wraps this up. Thank you for spending a couple of minutes with me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content. Again, if you have any questions or just want to share your thoughts, leave them down below and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. My name is Jamie. Peace, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.